What is up, everybody? This is Anthony with VR 365. What is going on? Today is Monday. It is June 17th, the year of our Lord Gaben 2019, and it is 444. 444. Doesn't that mean something? Should I go buy like a lottery ticket or something? It is 4:44 p.m. Pacific time. And there is not a soul in chat. I am basically doing a show to myself privately. What is up, man? Are you enjoying the show, Anthony? Yeah, it's kind of cool. What's up with the Final Assault trailer? It's a little bit old, bro. Oh, no, we do have an actual human being. A human being has shown up. Elliot Hogan, what is up? And Niall is in the house as well. What is going on, guys? Probably a relatively quick show today. Not a lot jumping off. And I got to be somewhere. I got to do something. I would have waited until 8, but that wouldn't work. And so I'm just going to try to bang out a quick little show in here. Get a little show in and get the heck out of Dodge. All right, so let's see here. What can we get into today? Let me see if I can load something up real quick. Hold on a second as a few people start to filter into chat now. Yeah, we didn't have a trailer up on the screen. We didn't have a thumbnail in advance. But here is the biggest news, folks. The biggest news is this. Do you see this game right here? This is Journey of the Gods. And Journey of the Gods comes out tomorrow. Tomorrow. This is available tomorrow on the Oculus Rift S. If you have a Rift, unfortunately you cannot play it. It is exclusive to the Rift S. No, obviously this is on the Oculus Store, and you will be able to play this on the Oculus Rift, on the Rift S, and it is going to be available tomorrow for $30. So this arrives tomorrow for $30. And the question is anybody hyped? Is anybody hyped on this? I think you should kind of be hyped, although I don't know about the $30 price, I gotta tell you. And this is gonna be interesting. I'm looking forward to this week, and I'm looking forward to the reaction of a lot of Oculus Rift owners that are not participating in the whole Oculus Quest thing. They don't care about the Oculus Quest thing, but now they are getting Quest ports, and the ports are coming in, and it starts tomorrow with Journey of the Gods arriving tomorrow, and then Thursday, Vader Immortal. Now, Journey of the Gods, every time I see that owl at the very end there, I'm like, wait, is this Falcon Age or is this Journey of the Gods? Did I mix up the trailers? No, that is Journey of the Gods, but they have an owl that kind of looks like Falcon Age at the very end. But yeah, so this game comes out tomorrow. Vader comes out on Thursday. Vader is $10, but it really only lasts about 45 minutes. This one is $30, a little bit more of a full-featured adventure, but graphically very simplistic. The art style is simple in the first damn place. Like, I'm telling you what, I was kind of negative on this thing in the very beginning. The very first time I played Journey of the Gods on the Oculus Quest, I was actually like, I don't know what's going on here. I'm not really feeling it. Because for me, when I was first in this game, I was looking around at the graphics and I was like, wait a minute, am I in Orbis VR Online? Am I in Orbis VR Reborn? Like, how did I get in Orbis all of a sudden? Because the detail, there's not a lot of it, It's a lot of just very simplistic colors, very earthy tones. This is not going to make an OLED pop, much less a freaking LCD. And a lot of Rift S owners are going to be running this puppy. But you know what? It is running on the Oculus Rift. You got to imagine the textures are going to be higher res. It's going to be running at a much better frame rate. And it's probably going to feel pretty good. And I think this is probably a game to check out. Maybe about $5 more than it should cost. But that is the reality of Oculus cross-buy. This is where it might come back to bite them in the butt a little bit. But, it's exciting. This is a big game. I think people that have an Oculus Rift, didn't buy a Quest, passed on the whole Quest, This is a chance to get a pretty good game in the summertime, not a lot going on, kind of a Zelda-esque looking game. I think it could be kind of fun. So we'll have to see what people think. And as far as myself personally, you know, I've barely touched this game. Like when I first started it, I was playing in the real full version of the game, but I didn't even get to the boss monster, and I was kind of disappointed in it. Then I switched accounts to a different Oculus Quest account that did not have the game. I was in a different account where I didn't own the game, and I played the demo. And I played the demo from beginning to end, and at the very end of the demo, you do fight that very first boss. And that's where I thought, oh, this is like a real freaking powerful game. This is pretty incredible, fighting this big, gigantic boss, and I'm playing it on the Oculus Quest. But at first I was disappointed in what I was playing, but I've barely touched this game, and I think I'm going to play it on the Rift. I think I'm going to try it out on the Rift. Maybe I'll bounce back and forth between both of them and get a feel for what is this going to be like, these Quest ports that are coming to the PC. What is it going to be like? Are they going to be good? Are they going to work out? I think in the case of like Shadow Point, where it's $20, I think that's going to work out. I think Face Your Fears 2 for $20, I think that's going to work out. But when we start to get into these $30 games with Journey of the Gods, and if Sport Scramble also ends up coming to the Rift at some point, I think that's where some hardcore CV1 owners might start complaining a little bit about the value proposition. But yeah, it's getting underway, and I think, hey, it's exciting. This is fun. You know, these are some big games that are coming this week, even though they are ports, and nobody gets super excited about a port. Okay, so I'm going to see what some folks are talking about in chat. Elliot Hogan says, please tell me Final Assault is coming to Quest. You know, you bring up an interesting point, Elliot, because we don't have a Brass Tactics, a Tabletop Gods. We don't have a game like that. We don't have a Final Assault on the Oculus Quest yet. I can't think of any game that is even remotely like that. And I think a game like that would work very well on an Oculus Quest. Because think about the Quest, we don't have a lot of sit-down games. We have Thumper. You probably want to sit down when you're playing Thumper. We have Moss. You definitely want to sit down when you're playing Moss. But off the top of my head, I can't think of a lot of other seated Oculus Quest games. And some real-time strategy, I mean, the genre, real-time strategy, benefits more from virtual reality than probably any other genre is boosted by virtual reality. Maybe horror is right there, but freaking real-time strategy, incredible. We do need that. Let's see what else some folks are saying. Kevin says, Journey of the Gods demo was meh. Well, you know what? I would have agreed with you up until the very end of the demo, when you do fight that gigantic creature and you're running away and you're using your bow and you're running over here and you're dodging the fireballs and you're fighting this monster that is like 3 or 4 stories tall, and you're doing it all on the Quest and everything is wireless. It feels good. I mean, my number one complaint with Journey of the Gods is the art style is too subdued. It's just like the colors, everything is just so brown and stuff. I don't know. It's still cool though. I kind of wish it had legitimate voice work. That's where I think people are going to complain. They're going to be like, man, I paid $30 for this and they can't even have actual voice talent in the game. Some people might complain about that. So yeah, that is Journey of the Gods. It's going to arrive tomorrow. Gerillo says, Anthony, you got to get back into Audica, man. You can now do cowboy hand gun spinning tricks and Matrix stuff with the gun's last update. Man, I will have to get back into Audica. See, my biggest problem is when I think about playing VR, I actually think about going into the Quest. So my honeymoon period, like we were talking about this yesterday with Gaming Science Teacher, my honeymoon period is still there. It is still there. But part of it, I will admit, part of it is there's a bunch of games that I still haven't fired up. And so I haven't exhausted everything. Once I've tried every single game, then I'm going to move on, and I'm not going to really care anymore. And you know what? Why don't I mention a few games, actually? Why don't I talk about a few Oculus Quest games that I've tried that I haven't mentioned so far? Like yesterday, I mentioned it briefly. I mentioned this briefly when we were talking to Gaming Science Teacher. Damn it, I'm going to have to make this video bigger at 720p. Okay, so this is the classic Box VR trailer. Everybody loves it, yada, yada, yada. Okay, but check this out. I played this game on the Quest. This isn't the Quest version, this trailer, but it's essentially the same game. And I was playing this on the Quest, and I got to tell you, I was enjoying the whole setup. And you know what I'm starting to think about is I'm seriously considering maybe doing some kind of fitness routine on my Oculus Quest where I play a handful of different games, and it's all part of a fitness plan that I have where I'm going to spend an hour and a half going from this game to that game to this game to that game that are all fitness-based games, and basically getting a little bit of an extra workout while playing VR. This is something I thought about way long time ago, like 2016, early 2017. I did have a little exercise thing that I was doing. I was playing Hollow Ball. I was playing Cyberpunk. I was playing a handful of different games that had you moving around quite a bit. Space Pirate Trainer, I mean, not really super exercisey, but like Hollow Ball was pretty good when you're playing against a hard difficulty. Cyberpunk was pretty good for exercise. And so I played this Box VR, and I'm doing it. And you know what? I'll probably do a Let's Play video of this. So I'll probably go ahead and play Box VR. I'll record a video of it, of me doing it, but it felt pretty good. I mean, it's $30. It's pretty freaking expensive, so I can understand somebody not wanting to pay $30, but I think it's probably been, oh, this volume is probably way too loud. Let me turn this trailer down. Sorry about that. So Pinnacle Rising says, Anthony, men need to do resistance training. Cardio will not do you much good. Well, it does you good just for pure overall fatness. I do a little bit of weightlifting, like very basic weightlifting, and I do some push-ups and stuff. But like just general exercise, period, just helps you not to be a fat person. Not fat person, overweight, whatever. I mean, let's be PC about it. Apologies for all of that. I'm not trying to like throw shade on anybody or body shame anybody or anything like that. But what I'm saying is exercise of any kind, I think, is a good thing. Now, yeah, men probably want to do different kinds of weight training and stuff like that, but it's all good. Any exercising is good, and I could possibly have a routine where it's like Box VR, it's Beat Saber, it's Super Hot, it's Space Pirate Trainer. I'm trying to think of games that are on the Quest, and Creed. Creed, absolutely. Box VR, like Box VR, I put it on a couple different levels of Box VR where these things were and there's no way I could keep up with it. I was like, man, if I really did this routine at this speed, I would be dripping in sweat, and my Oculus Quest would be absolutely soaked with sweat. But I tried this, I enjoyed it. I probably will have a Let's Play. I'm probably going to do a Let's Play of it at some point, just kind of like give you guys a quick little demo of it. And not too bad, not too bad. And speaking of Let's Plays, and speaking of Oculus Quest, I did get my mod mic. Yeah, so this is my mod mic, which just came in the mail just like about an hour or so ago. And so, this cost me like $120 plus tax. Shipping was free, but it was like, I don't know what, $127, $128 or whatever it was with tax and everything. And I probably could have got one of these free. Like I could have hooked up with this company and like done a review and got one of these free, but I'd rather just own it myself and not have to feel like I got to make a special video for somebody. It wasn't worth it to me, so F it. And plus, I use your guys' money anyway. Yay! Thank you, Patreon supporters. Thank you, PayPal donators. Because actually, this is the type of stuff I'm doing with your money. So far, your money has bought an Oculus Quest 128 gigs, which is awesome. It bought that, and it's also bought this. I also have ordered some lights that I'm going to try to do some green screen stuff, but that is going to be a longer process. Like, I'm not immediately going to have a green screen up and running, but I'm going to start the process of that. This mod mic, though, I'll be using this very soon. And, as far as punching like a girl. Okay, so Jim Hall says, just don't punch like a girl. Let me tell you guys something, because I did a Let's Play of Creed, right? I did a Let's Play of Creed on the Oculus Quest, and some people were dogging me in the comments saying, Anthony, but what you don't understand is inside the headset, I'm looking at where my fist is, and I'm looking at where that guy's jaw is, and so it kind of was just like, it was like this was my hand hitting his freaking jaw. So I was just moving like this, so it looks like, oh, Anthony, it looks like you're throwing like you freaking don't know how to punch. I know how to punch. Trust me, I know how to punch. I will freaking knock a fool out in a New York minute. I know how to punch. Don't worry about that. But in a game, sometimes you're just like, you're just doing like these little snap movements, and in the game, it does what it needs to do. Not that I need to defend myself, but oh well, I just did. Okay, so anyways, the major story of the day, of course, was Journey of the Gods. We covered that. Okay, let's hit the webinar for the first time of the day. Hopefully it's operational and working properly here. Hold on, let's go to the webinar. And you know what? This does not look like the right webinar browser to me. Let's see, am I in the wrong one? Okay, here we go. So one of the things I did want to cover, and this is for Brandon, and Brandon recently donated $20 via PayPal. My apologies for not hyping that up like right when it happened. I don't have PayPal open while I'm doing this. Maybe I should, but it signs out automatically at a certain point, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so this is Jason Rubin. He had all these different tweets, and guess what? I've never read them. I've never read all these tweets. I might have read one or two of them, but I haven't read all of these tweets. And I know these are old, like this is from hella days ago, but I thought, why don't we go tweet by tweet, a tweet-by-tweet analysis by yours truly. I will read Dude's tweets, and I will comment on Dude's tweets. And he's got 14 of them, man. 14 tweets. So let's get it going. Tweet number 1. It's been a busy week for Oculus and the content team at E3. I wanted to respond to a number of threads that have risen up this week. I also want to clarify our goal for Quest and clear up some misconceptions about our curation process. Okay, all good. I don't have a problem with that tweet. It's all gracious. I'm good with that. Okay, let's go to tweet number 2. The VR community must expand to become a viable medium. We believe Quest is the first VR hardware that has potential to do so. So we're extremely sensitive to what we present to new VR users. We want any decision a consumer makes in the store to be rewarding and encourage another. Okay, so, here's where he starts his argument here. And he says, he starts it off with the VR community, it's got to expand, and I agree 100%. This is why I love the Quest so much, and this is why I've told everybody, look, the Quest is the dream product that we need. This thing has got to hit. If this thing doesn't hit, if this thing doesn't become a runaway success, VR is going to take like another 7 or 8 years to get where we want it to go. It's going to be delayed. But if the Quest is a runaway hit, it expedites the entire process. This is absolutely mission critical. I absolutely agree with that first point there. He says, we believe Quest is the first hardware that has potential to do so. I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that, despite the comfort problem, which is a freaking major problem, by the way. But despite that, I agree. Okay, he says, so we're extremely sensitive to what we present to new VR users. Well, this is where you get to something like To the Top. Like, why was To the Top denied? Well, maybe if they just put a bunch of casual people into the top, it's Barf City immediately. Maybe they just really want to avoid these things early. Maybe they want to avoid games that could trigger people having some serious motion sickness kind of problems. I mean, that's a possibility. I understand that. It makes sense. It's a little bit like a little overbearing, maybe a little bit overprotective, but I understand this. Okay, so let's get to tweet number 3. Let's keep moving through. Okay, this informs how we think about the apps we offer and how we manage the store. With this in mind, in February, we created and announced a new approval process for Quest versus Rift and Go. Okay, blah, blah, blah. I'm obviously not going to get into all of that. Okay, let's go to number 4. We asked to evaluate prospective Quest apps so devs don't waste resources to bring titles unlikely to reach our quality bar to shippable before we see them. We don't want to reject final projects any more than devs want to be rejected. Nobody wins in that situation. Okay, we asked to evaluate prospective Quest apps early so devs... Okay, yeah, so he's basically trying to say, look, we want to see what you're doing early on so you're not wasting your time. So we can tell you, look, man, you might want to bounce anyway because we're probably not going to approve this shit. Basically, they're just going to be really harsh in the beginning with Quest. Of course, doesn't exactly explain some of the duds that are out there. Swords of Gargantua, not exactly drawing rants and raves from people out there. Okay, tweet number 5. Rejection at concept stage is not the end of the road for a dev or an app. Kind of sounds like it is. It does not speak ill of the dev or idea. It's an invitation to prove us wrong. Test that app in our PC store or any other. We are always on the lookout for breakout. Test that app. Okay, here's where he says, look, man, if we don't really like your game right away, it doesn't necessarily mean anything bad. Like, prove us wrong, bro. And in the meantime, throw it on our PC store. Okay, how easy is it for a dev to take a game that they were banging away on the Quest for and just immediately convert that shit over to the Rift? Is that a really easy process? If it really was, I could kind of understand this theory, but I don't know that I agree with this number 5 one. Like, I don't think it makes a lot of sense, but oh well. I mean, I understand his angle, obviously. Okay, let's go to tweet number 6. Tweet number 6. Consumers expect quality at app launch and after. Updates that add flawed experimental features. Okay, this is where he's preparing us for the virtual desktop thing, probably. Okay, consumers expect quality at app launch and after. Updates that add flawed experimental features, don't work for some users, or otherwise create a bad experience. Simply unacceptable. This may require a trade-off. Features some users' likes and interests of the broader community. Whatever. Okay, yeah, I don't know if he's prepping us with that one. Okay, number 7. It's early for this platform and we're learning. Disruptive new features landing without notice don't give us time to contemplate safety, comfort. Okay, now this is interesting right here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we had to dig all the way into this. This is one of the key nuggets. This one is interesting, folks. This is a big one right here, especially for yours truly, because you know what I want to experience, man. I want to be walking all around my goddamn house. I want to live in a VR world that takes advantage of my whole house. It doesn't look like this is going to be approved on the Oculus Store anytime soon, which I didn't expect anyway. But anyway, okay, so here's what he has to say here. It's early for this platform and we're learning. Disruptive new features landing without notice don't give us time to contemplate safety, comfort, and platform ramifications. Yeah, buddy, because that is virtual desktop right there. You want to talk about a disruptive new feature? They're like, oh shit. This fool just out of the blue released this new app that has everybody playing Steam VR games on our freaking hardware that we're taking an $80 hit on, every single one. Yeah, we're talking platform ramifications like a mofo. So that's what happened there. So he finishes it off by, we don't review every update, but we do ask, maybe you should. Maybe you should review every update. Like, this wouldn't have got past Sony. This shit would have not happened on Sony. Now, the other downside to that is updates don't just come quickly on Sony. You're waiting forever for the goddamn update because the update has to go through cert and all of that. So he's saying we don't review every update, but we do ask devs to work with us on major compatibility changes before launch. This tweet right here is straight up virtual desktop 100% is basically what he's talking about right there. Okay, tweet number 8. Yeah, see, Brandon, this is gold, Brandon. I like it. It is gold, Brandon. Okay, number 8. We attempted to go out early and inform dev community of our Quest curation plans. I didn't know people freaking did War and Peace, though, on Twitter. Like, I didn't know people did, like, freaking 25 tweets in order on Twitter, like War and Peace, but I guess they do. Okay, starting over. We attempted to go out early and inform the dev community of our Quest curation plans so we could ensure their efforts would lead to success. In translation, we tried to warn people we're going to be a tight-ass freaking ship in the early days. Ain't shit getting by us that we aren't really impressed with. We apologize that we didn't reach all devs we wanted, and some submitted final products that did not meet our quality bar. Okay, I think he's talking about To The Top right here, and I still wonder how could To The Top not meet their quality bar? I don't know. Okay, here we go. So here's tweet number 9. We apologize for falling short with a few devs we sent Quest dev kits to before we had settled our curation process. To The Top dev is one of a handful who fell in between early hardware and curation plan, and we apologize for that. Okay, so there's the To The Top situation, basically saying that, you know, they got the dev kit before they finalized everything. So maybe he's not saying To The Top necessarily isn't up to the quality standards. Okay, so here's the virtual desktop stuff. Okay, number 10. We asked virtual desktop to roll back an update. We found out about the new features through user complaints. Yeah, right. And it took us a while to get it to work. We accept experiences vary, but this feature compromised comfort, safety, and quality to different levels for different users. Okay, come on, man. This is a spin like a mofo. I mean, look, I totally understand it. I absolutely get why they want virtual desktop to roll back that thing. I mean, I totally get it, but this is Spin City. This is solid gold. I love this. Okay, let's do this again. We found out about the new features through user complaints. Yeah, right. I doubt it. You really think users were complaining? I mean, maybe they were. Maybe some were like calling up Oculus. Yeah, so I'm trying to play the lab, you know, on Steam VR on your Oculus Quest, and I can't understand why this isn't working. They're like, what? You're trying to play the lab? What the hell are you doing? Yeah, you know that thing I bought on the store, virtual desktop, that allows me to go right into Steam VR with no problem? Yeah, they were probably getting some complaints like that. Okay, and then he says, we accept experiences vary, but this feature compromised comfort. It was dangerous. It was scary. It might have startled some of our users, and that is just unacceptable. We can't have that, so we had them pull it. That's pretty much, that is funny. That is Spin City to the 12th degree. Okay, tweet number 11. We asked for changes to Jet Island that make it work on Quest specs. Okay, so you know what? I haven't known what's going on with Jet Island. I don't know the whole Jet Island story, which is interesting because I really like Jet Island, and that's like main fans' like favorite game of freaking last year, and it's really a good game. Like Jet Island is super cool. I don't even know what's going on with Jet Island and the Quest. I know he got denied, and I know like the dev was kind of pissed, and this was in the early days of devs hate Quest and all of that. Okay, we asked for changes to Jet Island that make it work on a snappy 835. We offered to help with Oculus Start, including free hardware and support. We never heard back and understand the dev has chosen not to move forward. Oculus never received or rejected a Jet Island proposal. Ah, man, so definitely shade back and forth on that, but I don't know what the inside story was. But I kind of want to know what the inside story is now. Main fan, do you know the inside story about this? Because I'm kind of curious about it. Okay, let's get to tweet number 12. Oculus, I think I saw this. This is the one I saw. Okay, some of these tweets I did see. Yeah, Oculus is a fan of Pavlov, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I've seen these. Now I'm caught up with. Yeah, I didn't check out all these other tweets, you know. I didn't check all these other tweets. But yeah, pretty good, you know. It's almost like an interview that was going on there. Not too bad. Okay, so in other news, actually, wait, before I move on, let me just double check chat. Let me double check chat if chat had any comments to all these different tweets. Kevgret says disruptive means we have to monetize it first. Yeah, I pretty much absolutely agree with that. The Nexus Lord says we need VR to achieve that critical mass of users in order to start getting the AAA games. Brandon says Anthony's never seen a Kanye tweet storm. Actually, you know what? Now that you mention it, yeah, I kind of. But his are hella short though. He does a tweet storm where it's like one sentence, one sentence, one sentence. This is like multiple paragraphs over and over. Rudel Zavedno, fake news. Yeah, that's a good one. The Nexus Lord says they are trying to compete with Sony's VR business model, so expect them to look more and more like Sony in their decision making. And Brandon says the inside story is simple. Okay, this is about Jet Island. The inside story is simple. Dev didn't want to jump through the red tape and bounced. Okay. And Cedric Harris says, where is Borderlands 2 PC VR, or Harris Cedric 12? Where is Borderlands 2 PC VR? Didn't you hear? It got approved. Well, it got rated by the ESRB, supposedly, for Windows PC, so it should arrive in the month of July, just like VR Game Rankings has said for about the last 8 or 9 months. You know, hashtag Nostradamus redeemed. Okay, let's see. Anybody else in chat saying anything? Facebook has just locked on Quest owners' wallets. Yeah, you know, I've heard there's some problems, like people can't download things or can't buy things. There's some weird things that are going on over there. But anyways, let's go ahead and head back over here to our standard scene. And, you know, there is a new product that is coming very soon to PlayStation VR. It is called the 3D Rudder. And I haven't really been into this thing at all, but there is an official trailer for it. It's like a European trailer, but it just came out recently. I thought we could check this out. Let's watch this trailer. Let's see what it's all about. And I'll kind of respond to what do I think about this 3D Rudder, because it really hasn't been something I've been giving much thought to at all. But let's go ahead and check this one out. Oops, got to get this back to the right size. Yeah, you know, I don't know. It actually looked pretty good. It actually looks pretty good in this trailer. Like, I mean, this device makes sense. This device definitely isn't for somebody like me, but we do need a device like this. Like, this device does make sense. They show the guy playing it in Space Junkies. They show a lot of Scraper First Strike. They show a lot of Telefrag VR, you know, so we're seeing some clips of some upcoming PlayStation VR games. For example, Scraper is going to be coming very early in the month of July, right? Did you see the guy went like that? Man, he swings like a girl, man. He swings like a girl. No, maybe he's just flicking it like that because that's all you have to really do. Maybe it doesn't look as manly and masculine, but it's all right. But yeah, this shows a number of different PlayStation VR games, like Sariento VR. Talk about a downgrade, folks. Talk about a downgrade. I definitely can see, although Sariento VR was never the best looking game in the first place, but yeah, it does look a little bit watered down there. But you can see a lot of different games are supported by this peripheral. 30 plus compatible games, more are coming. How much does this thing cost though? Isn't this thing like $100 and something? So this is kind of expensive, man, for this 3D rudder thing. But there's certain people out there that probably will just absolutely love this, and it changes the game for them. Now, for me, it's all about immersion. I would not want to play, a lot of these games are not seated games. Like, I would want to stand up, I'd want to be fully immersed in the world. Now, Scraper, this actually, of all the games, this makes the most sense for Scraper. Because in the game of Scraper, you're in a friggin' hover pod. And you are going to be sitting down. So actually, this is one game, Scraper, of all the different games out there, that's probably the best way to play Scraper. There probably isn't a better way to play Scraper than using the 3D rudder. Okay, so Mark P. in chat says, public service announcement on Windows Mixed Reality. The May Win 10 update makes the Reverb and Odyssey Plus and probably others look really bad. Microsoft devs have acknowledged the problem. No timeline for a fix. Yeah, there's been a lot of talk out there about different problems that people are having. I don't, that's the thing. It's like, I don't own a Windows Mixed Reality headset. I don't use a Windows Mixed Reality headset. This would be like front page news if I had a Samsung Odyssey and I couldn't freaking use the thing and it looked like ass and I was hella pissed off. But I don't really have one, so I haven't really paid too much attention to it. James McLaughlin says the 3D rudder is $130, so it's probably $129.99 for the 3D rudder. Not exactly cheap. Rudel Zavedno says, Anthony, please watch Space Engine trailer in Steam VR store. I can't believe how good it looks. Overwhelming positive score in reviews, and no one writes about it. We did watch that trailer. It was at I think we watched it at the very end of one of our shows, and it looked damn good. We watched that trailer. We've seen that trailer. But you know what? Hold on a second here. I wanted to find. Let me go. I wanted to show you guys something really quick here. Just a second. Wanted to bounce over. Let's see. Yeah, so Person says, if I had PlayStation VR, I'd get a 3D rudder. And Person says, has 3D rudder existed for PC VR a while already? I'm assuming you could use a 3D rudder with your PC VR as well, right? Like, is it PS4 only? Like, it's like that's the only thing that it works for? Like, I would think that could work in a lot of PC VR games. I don't know if it does, but I would think it could. Okay, so one thing I wanted to mention really quick is I wanted to talk about a game that I don't have ranked very high, but a lot of people are really hyped about it. So let's go ahead and bounce over to the Webby browser right here. And so this is the top 100 at VR Game Rankings, top 100 most wanted PC VR games. We recently updated this. We got eSpire at 8 now, right after the fall at 7. We've even added The Damned DLC that is ranked at 16. We got Vanishing Realms 2 ranked at 15. Journey of the Gods, we have it at summer 2019. It's tomorrow. Vader Immortal is on June 20th. So 2 of the top 20 games are going to be leaving the top 20 this week. Journey of the Gods and Vader Immortal are both coming out. But if we scroll down a little bit here, you'll see Sniper Elite VR at number 29. And this game is being developed by Rebellion. And actually, I think really the developer is actually just Add Water. And I think Rebellion is more of the publisher in this case, maybe somewhat of an assistant on the game. Sniper Elite VR. Now, we recently got a trailer for this for PlayStation VR, so it might be kind of like a timed exclusive for PlayStation VR before it later comes to the PC. But I'm not that hyped on this game. You can see I have Thief Simulator ranked ahead of it. I got District Steel ranked ahead of it. Until You Fall, Pistol Whip, Wolfenstein Cyberpilot, Elder Scrolls Blades. I got a lot of games ranked ahead of it. Am I crazy? Should I be more hyped about Sniper Elite VR? But you know what? There's a brand new trailer that came out just a couple of days ago about Sniper Elite VR on PlayStation VR, and I thought we could take a look at this trailer really quick, and then I can talk about whether or not I should probably be hyped for this game. Okay, let's go ahead and check this out.
Rated.
Sniper Elite VR is kind of a natural next evolution for Sniper Elite. We've moved the gameplay to full first person, seemed like the natural fit for such an immersive experience.
You have full movement control over the player, you can go everywhere, you can explore, much in the same way that you can through other games in the Sniper Elite franchise.
It was very important to us not to make this an on-rails experience. It's a completely free-roaming, open sniper game.
The story for the game has been written by Tony Schumacher, who's the author of the dramatic World War II John Rossett novels. Set in Italy in World War II, the same region of the world as Sniper Elite 4, but it's a brand new story with brand new levels.
We have some really fantastic levels to experience, from picturesque villages to airfields and airstrips, underground bunkers and things like that. So some really fantastic places for you to play.
One of the key things in Sniper Elite is the authenticity of the weapons. There are loads of the classic World War II weaponry that you'd expect to see in Sniper Elite coming back for the game.
There's submachine guns and pistols and sneaky stuff like the well rod and that kind of thing.
And of course, there's the fantastic long-range shooting with the sniper rifle.
We fully support the PlayStation Aim controller and the Move controllers as well, and obviously the DualShock, and each of them brings a different kind of experience to the game.
So yeah, it is kind of interesting. Like, this is 100% PlayStation VR focused in regards to Sniper Elite VR. But I remember when it was first announced, I'm pretty sure they said this is coming to PlayStation VR and other platforms as well. So I do believe this is going to come to PC VR, but it is going to be like a temporary exclusive. So we're going to have to deal with that. Now, I remember when we found out about this game a long time ago, when we first found out about it, I'm pretty sure Rebellion said that this is probably like a 2020 release, and I haven't heard anything else about that. So is this coming to PlayStation VR next year or what? But anyway, that Sniper Elite VR, it does look pretty good. I've played a couple of sniper type games before, but for me personally, honestly, the way I think of like a sniper thing is I normally think of it as a side mode in another game, like a small little kind of mode for another game, and not the entire game, like just being the sniper the entire game. I guess it could be cool, but I'm just not that hyped for this game. I'm probably not that hyped for it on PSVR, although it would be pretty good with the aim. I do like playing different kinds of games with the aim controller. Farpoint just works so goddamn good with the aim controller. Every once in a while, though, with the aim controller, the thing that'll bother you about it is you have to like shake it to get the tracking back on, which that is bothersome. They're definitely going to not, like in none of these little demonstrations are they going to show somebody going like this, like, God damn it, it's not working. They're not going to show that part, but you're definitely going to be doing it occasionally as you're playing it. But yeah, that is Sniper Elite VR, and I was just curious if anybody else was hyped in it, and maybe I should be hyped on it. I mean, we've got it ranked at 29. We've got it ranked ahead of a lot of other really big games. Like, I have it ahead of Budget Cuts 2, ahead of Battle Wake, Phantom Covert Ops, Face Your Fears 2, you know. And we did actually we updated our charts here a little bit, where you can see I've added Solaris Off-World Combat, checking in at number 34. Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, by Skydance Interactive, the makers of Archangel. You know, this is the next game that the people from Archangel are doing, The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, supposed to come out sometime this year, but we have not seen a single screenshot for this. And you do see Vertigo 2. Yes, Vertigo 2 by Zalubu Productions. It is now ranked. It is now in the mix. Pixel Ripped 1985. See, at first we had a policy. We would not rank a game unless we had a screenshot. And then I said, F it. Let's start ranking DLC. So we have the damned DLC, Vertigo Games, coming on August 27th. That's ranked 16th. We don't have a screenshot for Vanishing Realms 2. That's actually from the original Vanishing Realms. So we've loosened our rules a little bit, and we're ranking games even though we don't have a legitimate screenshot. Like Solaris Off-Road Combat, no screenshot, no video. Same thing with Saints and Sinners. We do got a screenshot for Vertigo. No screenshot for Pixel Rip 1995 right now. But yeah, man, this top 100 list, Ascend, has risen up quite a bit since that article that says that it's really good. But yeah, this list is starting to shape up and starting to work out a little bit better. Now, you know, one game that we do have on this list, let me see if I can find it, way down here at number 71, which is pretty far down the list, but still it is around some other good games. D-Magnet by BitCake Studio. We have this as a fourth quarter 2019 release. There is a brand new trailer that just came out for this recently, just within the last couple of days. Let's check this trailer out real quick. So let's bounce over to... This is kind of like a puzzle game. Let's check this trailer out. D-Magnet is what it's called. And if I can find the trailer real quick here. This is a gameplay trailer for the game. All right, so that is that is D-Magnet, and at the very end there, it says that it is coming in 2019. It also has PlayStation VR listed. It had Valve Index listed, obviously Rift, Rift S, etc., etc. So this is pretty much coming out on every platform sometime later this year. D-Magnet by BitCake Studio. And it looks okay. Looks like a puzzle game. You know, another puzzle game. Looks halfway decent. We can go ahead and check out the Steam page right here. This is the Steam page for the game. D-Magnet. It says D-Magnet VR is a puzzle adventure game about magnetism in virtual reality. Use your magnetic powered gloves to attract, repel, or shoot objects and solve puzzles. As you go deeper in a mysterious place and find out more about yourself, the voice that guides you, and who you are. And BitCake Studio is the developer, and they just released their gameplay trailer at E3 on June 10th. I think that's what we just watched there. But yeah, this is one we're keeping our eye on. And, you know, it's not anything super sensational. Has BitCake made any other games? Yeah, so I guess they did Hollow Drive, Project Blueless. So they've done a number of other things here. They did Hollow Drive, which was very positive. I don't know if that's VR at all. But yeah, so they've done some other stuff. So this is D-Magnet, and that will be coming later this year. So I did see that trailer and wanted to point that one out really quick. Let's see, was there any other topics I wanted to get into real quick before we bounce out of here? Oh yeah, one of the things I did want to mention too is the Oculus daily deals. So it's been a long time since we have seen an Oculus daily deal, but they are back. Here it is, daily deal, Slightly Heroes. You've only got about 6.5 hours left in this deal. $5, 50% off, normally $10. We've seen Slightly Heroes. This was free. Like for like a number of days, you could get Slightly Heroes free if you had an Oculus account, I think, and a lot of people grabbed it, and it was also available on Steam for like $1.99. Also, I believe Slightly Heroes was on sale for like 99 cents for quite a while as well, but its normal price is $10, and now it is available for $5. And a lot of people really love this game. In fact, MainFan, one of the members of our community, is probably one of the 10 best, maybe one of the 5 best Slightly Heroes players in the world. Like straight up, one of the better players out there. And you can play this like on the Go, you can play it on the Rift, you can play it on a lot of different systems, and there is cross-play, and so a lot of times you're going to be playing with somebody on maybe like a Samsung Gear VR or something. But yeah, that is Slightly Heroes. The daily deal is back. And if we look at upcoming games, let's see, coming soon. Let's take a look at coming soon. You can see they're showing Fuji is coming soon, Walking Dead Onslaught After the Fall, Battle Wake. You can see Journey of the Gods coming tomorrow, Raccoon Lagoon, and Face Your Fears 2 is also going to be coming to PC VR. We can't forget that one as well. And you know what? I played some Face Your Fears 2 very recently, and I saw the goddamn Black Widows. Oh my God. Let me tell you, that scared the living crap out of me. Well, actually, you know what? What happened, guys? So I went in, I was doing the Face Your Fears 2 thing that was the spider thing all along, and I just didn't know it. And so there's this shed that you go into. So spoiler warning, if you're playing Face Your Fears 2 and you see an old-looking shed, do not go in there if you are an arachnophobe, because you will be freaked the F out. Because I went in there and I saw a bunch of Black Widows, right? But they were these little ones, and they were running around, and I was looking at them, and there was a way they ran around and a way they looked where I was like, these don't look that realistic. I can deal with this. As freaky as it is, I can deal with this. But then what happened is I walked a little bit farther into this shed, and on the back wall of the shed, I was walking a little bit closer. There were spider webs all over the goddamn place. And on the back wall, a much bigger Black Widow. Not a little tiny, like not that much bigger. The little ones were like this. This one was probably like yay big, right? It scampered across the wall in a very realistic manner. And I was like, oh, hell no. Off with the headset immediately. But now that I have the mod mic, now I can actually record myself going back into that shed and screaming like a little girl. Now that I've got my good mic and stuff, I'm going to try. That'll be one of the first recordings I try to do. I'm going to face my fears. I'm going to face my Black Widow fears. And I have a strong, powerful Black Widow fear. And I'll probably nope right the hell out of it. It might be a very short video, because I simply might not be able to do it. I'm not even playing, and it's not going to be like a made-for-TV event where I'm faking it. I seriously have a major spider fear. It's probably going to be kind of embarrassing, because I'm probably going to be whimpering like a little baby. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much going to do it. I think we might have had a few other things I wanted to get to, but we'll just check them out tomorrow. So that will do it for this particular episode of VR 365. Now, one thing I did want to say, tomorrow I'm going to try to stream on Twitch, but I have no freaking idea what I'm doing. I've never streamed on Twitch. I don't know how to put the Twitch chat over into this chat window. I have no idea how to do that. I'm going to try to figure that out between now and like 4:30 p.m. tomorrow. But I might end up streaming at like 8 p.m. because I might not be able to figure it out. But I'm going to start screwing around with Twitch. The plan is it's going to be on YouTube on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Okay, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, YouTube. And then Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, Twitch. So 3 days on Twitch, 4 days on YouTube. A different experience, a different chat, a different feel. And I have no idea what I'm doing, and it's 100% experimental. It's 100% experimental. But anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll tweet about it. If I get it working, I'll say, hey, I'm over here on Twitch. We're live. It's working. I don't know. I don't know that it's going to work, but I'm going to try it out and figure it out. All right, anyways, I got to bounce out here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take it easy. Later.